You are watching your Primetime News Bulletin on the 8th of October 2013. In the meantime, the national organizer of the UNP, Daya Gamage, recently made a statement regarding the friendships of the party leader.
There is no need to play hide and seek here. It is the Sirasa media that has continuously publicized this. There was a close relationship with the United National Party. Our leader and Kili Rajamahendran had a close relationship. This is a personal problem.
Kili Mahendran Batituma. Idi e pudgalika
While Daya Gamage makes such statements, there are plenty of examples which make evident his friendship with Ranil Wickremesinghe. In 2002, the UNP leader conferred the Sevenagala Sugar Corporation to his business loyalist, Daya Gamage, without even charging Gamage the value of the company's financial assets. When the Sevenagala Sugar Corporation was sold to the Daya group of companies for 550 million rupees, the value of the company's fixed deposits alone was 300 million rupees. In addition to the 300 million rupees in fixed deposits, the Sevenagala Sugar Corporation also had stocks of sugar and spirits valued at 240 million rupees at the time it was sold. In addition, the corporation was also entitled to receive loan repayments of about 30 million rupees from farmers and employees. In addition to these assets amounting to 570 million rupees, the Sevenagala Sugar Corporation also had 3,955 hectares of cultivated sugarcane fields and public assets, including machinery and spare parts that were handed over to the Daya group of companies for 550 million rupees. The government which identified this dealing later expropriated the corporation. Was the Sevenagala Sugar Corporation handed over to Daya Gamage in this way because of his friendship with Ranil Wickremesinghe or for any other reason? Furthermore, for what reason was Daya Gamage's wife given a seat in Parliament through the national list? Is it not because of Ranil Wickremesinghe's friendship towards Daya Gamage? Is it not because of this friendship that Daya Gamage was able to surpass Ravi Karunanayake, an active politician, and secure the position of national organizer of the United National Party? Friendship is not founded on money. When friendship is based on money, it is not friendship but corruption. Thereby, it is clear that Daya Gamage has no moral right to speak about the friendships of Ranil Wickremesinghe.
A proposal was put forward at a meeting of the UNP group of the Southern Provincial Council today that the proposed Leadership Council of the United National Party should go beyond a leadership with dictatorial powers and take the party towards victory.
Speaking to News First, UNP Southern Provincial Councillor Bandudalal Bandarigoda, who submitted the proposal, expressed these views.
මේ පළාත් සභා කණ්ඩායම් රැස්වීමේදී අපේ එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ മന്ത്രിවරු බොහෝ දෙනෙක් ප්‍රකාශ කර සිටියා එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ අපේ ඇති වී තිබෙන වර්තමාන තත්ත්වය විශේෂයෙන්ම නායක
At the meeting of the UNP group of the Provincial Council today, many councillors were of the view that if the present situation in the party, that is a confrontational situation or crisis in the leadership, continues to prevail, then we must consider whether we will contest the Provincial Council election on the UNP ticket. This was discussed at length and different views were expressed. In addition, I submitted a proposal regarding the proposal made by the working committee of the UNP at its meeting yesterday, according to what was said by the General Secretary and media spokesperson. They said it was decided to appoint a Supreme Council through which the powers of the party leader would be dissolved. We see the decision to appoint this committee as a good decision. However, we hope the fate that has befallen other committees will not befall this committee and that it will take UNP supporters towards victory. We propose that this committee should not alienate any of the leaders and that it should give due respect and that all leaders should work collectively within this committee. The chief organizer of the UNP group, S. Tennakon Nilame, seconded the proposal I put forward.
Recently, News First conducted an opinion poll on the leadership of the United National Party.
We now have the results of this poll.
Through this poll, we asked the public whether Ranil Wickremesinghe would say that the working committee appointed by him has asked him not to step down from the leadership. 60% of those who participated in the opinion poll said yes, while 37% said no.
Up next is the newspaper cartoon of the day. Welcome back to the news. Indian Minister of External Affairs Salman Khurshid called on President Mahinda Rajapaksa at Temple Trees this morning.
According to a communique issued by the presidential spokesman and international media unit, a number of issues of mutual interest were discussed during the meeting with the underlying objective of developing strategies for the two countries to coordinate more closely towards further strengthening relations.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa had told the visiting Indian External Affairs Minister that members of the Parliamentary Select Committee should engage in dialogue and come up with a solution that is in line with what the people want. On the issue of the implementation of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, President Rajapaksa had said that Parliament is the best forum to address the issue. Commenting on the recently concluded provincial council elections in the northern province, Salman Khurshid had commended President Rajapaksa's stewardship in holding the elections. The presidential spokesman and international media unit added that the issues that have arisen between fishermen of the two countries was also discussed, and it was agreed that the best way forward would be to facilitate a dialogue between fishing communities of both countries. Also, Indian Minister of External Affairs Salman Khurshid, who visited Jaffna, handed over 2 houses to the public. The houses were constructed under the second phase of the housing project initiated in Jaffna with Indian aid. Later, Salman Khurshid called on the Governor of the North at the Governor's office. Salman Khurshid also met with Chief Minister of the North, C.V. Vigneswaran. I had cordial discussions with the Indian Foreign Minister. We discussed several matters. He said that India would support all measures taken by us. This is gladdening news. We also discussed the problems being faced by fishermen. The fishermen must resolve their issues between themselves.
In other local stories, the police have commenced investigations into the disappearances of 2 persons who were travelling in a vehicle in the Maradana area.
Acting police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana said that the vehicle the 2 persons were travelling in was found at around 5 this morning.
I am currently standing opposite the Department of Registrar of Companies, which is located in Colombo 10. Now what you see behind me is a location in which 2 individuals were allegedly abducted. Now according to the police, these 2 individuals who were travelling in a vehicle were abducted this afternoon. Police say that the vehicle in which the 2 individuals were travelling in is under police investigation.
One of the individuals who is believed to have been abducted is K.W. Thilakasiri, a resident of Mihindu Mawatha in Dalupitiya, Mahara. The acting police media spokesperson stated that the other abducted person, who is his security, was a former army soldier. K.W. Thilakasiri, alias Pole Tilak or Hat Tilak, is a 55-year-old father of 3. Our correspondent said he was the former chairman of the Dalugama Cooperative Society. He suddenly leaves and only his wife knows where he goes. We don't know where he goes. In the morning his wife called me and asked me to come. It is only when I arrived that I knew the vehicle was there, but the man was not there. Incidentally, speaking at a function today, Minister of Public Coordination and Public Affairs Mervyn Silva said the individual who is believed to have been abducted was his friend and not his coordinating secretary. All those who voted for me were SLFPers. The person who was abducted is a SLFPer. He is not my secretary, but he is my friend. We are looking into this incident. I spoke to His Excellency the President, the Defence Secretary and the IGP this morning. I have done my duty. If you look at it in that way, then everyone who disappears or is abducted should be my secretaries. There are 330 million gods, but I have had 340 million secretaries. It keeps increasing.
A ceremony to mark the 2nd death anniversary of the late former parliamentarian and presidential advisor Bharatha Lakshman Premachandra was held in Kolonnava today.
Members of the Premachandra family and numerous politicians were among those who attended the ceremony.
The memorial ceremony commenced with the laying of floral tributes at a statue of the late Bharatha Lakshman Premachandra at the premises of the government factory complex in Kolonnava. I remember how in 2004 when the President took over 3 ministries from the UNP government and there was a problem with printing the gazette notices, Bharatha came to Borella late at night and made arrangements for the printing of the gazette notice. At the time there was no one but Bharatha to take up this cause. A preliminary step for us in changing the prevailing government and establishing a new government was taking over those 3 ministries.
One day I met Minister Maithripala and we spoke about numerous things. Then he said that one must find one's own liberation. I told my child this as well, that we must keep in our minds morning and noon what Uncle Maitri said. As recently as yesterday or the day before, someone asked me how come I don't appear much on the TV anymore. They said that I do not speak much either. They asked me what had happened. I wish to make a tiny reminder at this instance. My father was a lion of Kolonnava. I am the daughter of this lion. The blood of this lion runs in my body. The lion takes one step backwards to dash 10 steps forward and attack.
The Commonwealth rally, organised ahead of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting to take place in the island next month, recommenced its journey from Mahiyangana and reached Polonnaruwa today.
The Commonwealth Rally is a joint initiative of the MTV-MBC networks together with Sri Lanka Youth and the Ministry of Mass Media and Information.
Today was day 7 of the Chogam rally, and the float bearing the flags of Commonwealth nations travelled through key cities and towns amidst the wishes of the general public. A special ceremony took place in Mahiyangane today under the auspices of the ASP in charge of Mahiyangane, DJ Athulat Mudale and several others. At the ceremony, the national flag of Cyprus was hoisted on the main flagstaff of the float. As a resident from the area and as a person serving in the area, I wish to extend my gratitude to you for arriving in Mahiyangane to raise awareness. We are lucky. Your visit to this area is a source of strength and courage to us. We are extremely pleased about this endeavour undertaken on behalf of the people and the country. I would also wish to remind that this national service spearheaded by the Sirasa Media Network needs to be appreciated by you all. The Commonwealth rally set off from Mahiyangane this morning following religious observances. School children gathered on either side of the road as the Commonwealth rally passed through their village and town. The Commonwealth rally reached Polonnaruwa this evening. Tomorrow, the rally will recommence its journey from Polonnaruwa and will head to Anuradhapura via Habarana and Kakirawa.
Following Canadian Prime Minister Harper confirming he would not be attending the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, Sri Lanka's High Commissioner in Ottawa told the BBC that it was up to each country to decide on their participation at Chogam.
She further noted that there had not been 100% attendance at previous summits. Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper says that Canada is reviewing its financial support for the Commonwealth in protest against alleged human rights abuses in Sri Lanka.
Foreign media reports quoted the Prime Minister Stephen Harper, who is in Bali to attend the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation or APEC forum, as saying, quote, "Obviously we will examine our engagement and our financing of the Commonwealth, which is quite considerable, to make sure that we are wisely using taxpayer dollars and reflecting Canadian values," unquote.